Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Wise Woman Way of Golden Rule Wellness Mission. I just came from the gardening, me and my girls, and we are now hungry. We did some work in the garden and we harvested some things that was growing, like our tomatoes, and the plum tomatoes are the ones that's growing. And we got some green tomatoes, which I'm gonna chop up into the salad. Red and green tomatoes, and I'll wait for the evergreen tomatoes to use to see how it tastes fried, but we don't necessarily have to fry everything. We also have a flower, which I thought I had more from the squash, which is totally edible. And I'm going to taste this leaf now because my granddaughter who planted the seeds, Kayla, now she said it was basil, but that tastes like regular multicolored leaf. And so I picked these today. That's kind of spicy. I picked these today, and maybe I'll eat just a little bit. And so here we go. What I'm making this evening, early evening, late afternoon, is a tuna salad. I'm going to make it the style that I was handed down from my mother, Etta Elizabeth, and her mother, Garland Elizabeth, who also showed me the recipe. And she got it from Betty, which is my great-grandmother. That's my grandma Nana and my mom. And last but least, my great-great-grandmother, Mary. Now, Mary was a slave, and she came out of slavery in 1865 when slavery was abolished. She died at the age of 103 years old in 1941. She had my great-grandmother when she was almost about 50 years old. And these are my four mothers. I just wanted to show you that I give mad respect in everything I do. In other words, they are my ancestors, all except for my mom. So let's get right down to business. First of all, the tuna that I'm using here is Sun-Kissed. I've been using the packets for at least about 10 years or probably more now. And we're going to use some pink Himalaya salt. The only kind of salt I use, my family, we used to use the mortar and pesto to grind our salt up until I found this salt just maybe about 2 years ago. And I realized I didn't have to grind up my sea salt, but I love the pink Himalaya. So actually, I'm gonna close the salt. I don't put the salt in none of the tuna because it already have enough sodium. Anyway, what I'll be using today for my salad is the Sun-Kissed tuna, and I use the wild caught, yes, light tuna. I put 2 teaspoons of mayonnaise in here with the tuna. And I diced up 2 fresh boiled eggs. Now, right here, what I'm doing is I'm dicing my pickle up. I don't think, just maybe a half of a small pickle. I like that pickle taste. And not only that, you don't want, the way I was raised, the way my mothers did it, they would use the relish. And I have a little relish there, but I'm not going to use it to that extent that I was raised on, because a lot of our people wind up with diabetes with the soul food that we had to make taste good, since they threw us the food that wasn't so good. Anyway, let me grab another spoon. I'm just going to get a little bit of the dill relish. Just put a little bit in there. I love pickles with tuna. It's just a nice combination. I'm going to close this up because this here is summertime, and summertime, for some reason, bugs do get into your house. I'm definitely going to throw a little pepper in this here because pepper just tastes good with tuna. Okay, so I'll close the mayonnaise up. And this is one of the recipes of my foremothers, celery seeds. Now, they used to pick their herbs from the garden, which is awesome. I'm also going to use some dill. It pulls the flavor out. I'll say maybe about a half a teaspoon of dill. Okay, so I'm going to finish. Let me wash my hand. I don't like to touch a lot of stuff. And I have to touch the food as well. Okay, so here we go. Got my hands all dried up. Close the pepper up. Keep things neat and tidy. That's how I was taught in the kitchen by my foremothers. Once again, their names are Mary, Betty, Garland Elizabeth, and my mom, Etta, aka Ellen. So here we go. The next thing I'm going to do, let me put just a little bit of seasoning, not seasoning, forget the seasoning. I need some onion. Yep, we got a little right here, and I'm going to tell you what's going to do. It's going to be a little on the crunchy side, but I got a little bit of dried onion, and I'm going to throw that in there like that. My daughter don't like onions, so that'll be good for her. Okay, so this pickle got some acid on it, and I can wipe my hands with that and it'll pull anything dirty off. Okay, here we go. So I did the pickles, I used the onions. Okay, another little secret that I got is I love using the whole grain mustard. It just put a kick to your dish. I love using it. Okay, maybe that's a little too much. Maybe I use a half a tablespoon. That'll be good. Okay. So here we go. I need to let you guys know something. When we talk about the wise woman way, it's multiple women who we're looking and we look to for information and recipes and knowing how to work in gardens or send us household tips or whatever. It's just a few women and children, and we're just looking to grow in life. That's what the Wise Woman program of Golden Rule Wellness Mission is all about. So before I put anything else in there, let me take the tomato, this one, which is right. And I'm going to cut up a tomato. I don't like the way that look. This came from the garden. That's okay. This one came, maybe it was hanging a little too low. But this is what we're going to do. Make sure we cut off all of that part, but I'm not going to throw the whole thing away because this comes from the garden. So here we go. I can use the paper towel again, so I'll leave it like that. But let me cut this tomato up because in this salad, it's just nice to have vegetables cut up. I'm trying to eat more and more vegetables than I have been for the past years. Now, watch what I'm going to do with these tomatoes that I'm not going to use. I'm going to simply put it in my dishwater. Like I told some people earlier, when I was doing another video, you could throw your eggshells in there or whatever, because the only thing that's going to happen is you're going to put your hands in it and you're going to get all of that nutrient stuff all in your skin and stuff, which I think is awesome. Okay, here's another tomato. I'm going to cut this one off because I don't want to put too much tomato in there. So anyway, it's a little teeny one, but it works. Okay, so dice it up. Okay, I probably should have used another knife, but trust me, I am not no stranger to knives. Throw the tomato right here in the dishwater that I don't use. Okay, so next, since I think this may be an herb, an unidentified herb, I'm going to throw it in. If it is, it would be basil. I'm just going to cut up a little bit to put in the salad. And I know I should have my better knife than this because I love to chop and cut up. I can do that well too. But right now I'm hungry and I need something in my system. Okay, so here we go. I'll put that in the salad too. Make it right nice. So we have our tomatoes. We have a little dried onion in there with the tuna. Now, if we don't have enough for tuna, then I'm just going to go ahead and cut up that tuna. Okay, so here we go. We're just going to take this and toss it. I wish I had a fork because a fork will make things so much better. So I don't think we need the other pack of tuna, which this is only 2.6 ounces. because we want to make sure we get our vegetables in. That's more important than anything, I think. So what we have in here again, we have some dried dill, some dried onions, some dry celery. We have the stone ground mustard. We have diced pickles. I like my Mount Olive kind. That's where all my foremothers come from. Mount Olive, North Carolina. Except for great-great-grandma Mary. She came from out of the Kenansville area, somewhere around that Liberty Bell in North Carolina. But far as Grandma Betty, Grandma Garland Elizabeth, and my mother, actually Mommy was born in Goldsboro, North Carolina. After my great uncle became the bishop, we was able to move up in life. My family was never a poor family. As a matter of fact, back in the days of my great-grandmother Betty and my great-great-grandmother Mary, actually the family was into education and building churches and stuff. We had a bishop, Bishop Johnston Branch, General Johnston Branch. He's my great uncle. He helped us to move forward in life. We moved into Goldsboro, North Carolina, where he had a church, I believe it's called St. Stephen, was constructed under him. He built churches in America and even in Barbados. This is my great uncle. Yep, my great uncle I'm talking about. So anyway, here's the salad, and it looks good. I'm telling you, not only do it looks good, but it's going to be delicious. So what I'm going to do right here while I keep on talking to you, I'm going to get the bread that I'm going to use for my sandwich. And today, I think I'm just going to go ahead and quickly toast me an English muffin. Yep, and they have this new brand at ShopRite. And I just want to try it out. I'm not too fond on these new brands that cost less because there's always something with it. But anyway, it is what it is. Okay, so we're going to finish up the salad. I'm going to toast my English muffin, make the sandwich kind of warm. And I'm just moving some things. Okay, so here we go. I put all of this. I can hold this here. I can put this in there, this in the dishwater. All of these are going to be put up in the cabinet. Now, when I cook and prepare food, I really like to show people how I clean up after, because today I notice a lot of people love to cook and a lot of people don't like to clean up. But I'm really thorough when it's time to clean up. I'm like, let's get this stuff put up in the now rather than wait for later. Okay, so seasonings back up here. Grab the top for that. I got my mayonnaise, my pickles, and here's some more seasoning that have to go up here. Relish, and I could put this tuna. I also keep my tuna, even though they're packaged, I keep them in the fridge because it's a dark place and it stays cold, and I think food stays fresher. Don't quote me on it, Google it. Okay, so here we go. Enough of the talking. We're gonna try our sandwich in 2 different ways. Okay, so here we go. Now, I would like to let my audience know that the music you hear that's coming from the radio, I don't own any of the rights. I love listening to the radio all day, music, rather than to turn the TV on. So you hear me always playing the radio, but not to take over anyone's music or songs. Actually, I don't like to plagiarize at all. So what I'm going to use today is, let me get it. Here we go. Okay, so there's 2 ways we can eat the sandwich. 2 ways we can eat the sandwich. Okay, that one is toasted. We're going to take a piece of lettuce, a nice one. Okay, let's see. We're going to take this, and I had done this years ago, and it worked well, and I said, I need to start doing that. That appears to be very healthy. So regardless of what kind of green leaf this is, it doesn't taste bad, but this is what I'm going to do. Okay, I got my mixture in there. I'm going to get one of those, I call them Chinese containers. I use these all the time. And I like to save it. You know what? I'm just going to put a little more mayonnaise in here. Actually, I don't have to do it, but this is what I'm doing. I'm going to take this. Just going to put a little right there. And put a little of the tuna on my English muffin. It's so good with the egg. All these flavors coming together. And that's about all I need for that muffin right there. Okay, we'll put that away. I don't need this, so we're going to put this over here. Okay, so here we go. I normally can take this leaf like this, and I'll just roll it. Uh-oh. Let me take this piece off. Freshly crispy. I'm going to eat that by itself. But you could take this here. Look at that. Nice. Mmm. Mmm. Delicious. Mmm. Now, if you don't want to use bread, you can use a green leaf to wrap your salads up. Tuna salad, chicken salad, avocado salad, you name it. Excuse me for chewing while talking, because I was taught to never talk with food in your mouth. So I'm going to let that go for a minute. And swallow. Okay, so here we go. So, try another taste. I'm telling you it's good. I wish you was here with me, but try it. Remember, so good. Let's cut this English muffin. And I think I have to get me something to drink. Look at that. Nice. Get something to drink. Oh, that is so good. Okay, so a nice fruit juice, which will be apple, will be perfect. And I love this apple juice because it has no added sugar in it. And I've been buying this, I think now for about, what, 15 years? No. My daughter is 23, so maybe about 18 years. So let me try this one on the English muffin, the tuna salad on the English muffin. Hey, delicious. My. So, I really thank you guys for watching my video. I'm going to take the leftovers. This is delicious. And I'm going to put it right into the Chinese container here. Put a top on it. And these are stackables. I love them. They're better than Tupperware. Wow. That's delicious. Anyhow, please remember to subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications to personalize when I come on with another video. And please, 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 please share. One more thing. Respect your parents, because when they get off the train in life, it's all over. Okay, so value your parents, value yourself, value your children, value your life, and value other people's lives as well. This is the Wise Woman Way, and we thank you for joining in. I'm going to go ahead and have my lunch, and don't forget to be wise and be well. Have a great day.